Greetings and welcome back, you beautiful listeners. We are joining again in our current ongoing campaign using the Absurdia tabletop system Into the Looking Glass. And our last session, we met one of our another group or another player, but they are not just a simple traveler. They are actually a denizen, and we joined in on a gargantuan Fey party ran by a multiversal intergalactic goddess. And there was alcohol, kicking in the nuts, gaslighting, so much gaslighting. And then, it was because the character's name was the player revealed that they are Equilibrium, the younger sister of Titania, and Equilibrium was being protected and taken to a prison for her own good. And using the, wondrous citizens that had been turned SCPs, she was able to free them and free herself, but with the cost of the caterpillar. And at the end of it, she happened to fall and crash down on Craven. But that's not where we'll be joining back in a media session, because that will be coming later. Because first, I would like to join back with Robert. After he went into the door and was able to escape from the destruction of 4000. Robert, when you come through that door, it's not the safe room that you're going to go into. The first thing you're greeted to is just a beautiful sky. The weather is a perfect, crisp 70 degrees. You see very beautiful homes. It would remind you of, like, from textbooks of when you were in school, seeing the 50s community, the communities that were built after World War II, all those gated communities that were built up. This is exactly that, but the more you look around, you see it's got a gargantuan makeshift wall all around it. And granted, this place is very bustling. Granted, some of the other homes have been converted into, one's been made into a hospital, one's a library, there's a market alley, a little strip. It's up to you, though. What would you like to do first? Because the door that you came through just fades and turns into a golden dust, because that door is never to be seen again.
Let's head to the library first.
Ah, yes. Excellent. Well, when you go in, when you open the door, maybe you might have been expecting a home that's just been converted into a makeshift library, but no, the minute you open the door, you're in an actual library. The librarian sees you. Oh, hello.
Good afternoon.
Well, why the sour disposition there, Mr. Sour Pants? This is a very cheery librarian. The Mad Hatter just drifts down and goes, "Oh, great, it's one of them."
Who's them?
You know those people that are just obnoxiously cheery, even though they're in a terribly situation. They just can't help but just to ooze optimism.
Oh, yeah, all too well.
Oh, come on, you two. You're in a place to where it's bright skies and... See, I told you. She was going to do exactly that. She just puffs out her cheek and goes, "Well, how can I help you?"
Do you have any reading material on Tolpas?
Oh, you know what? Even if you are a grumpy puss, I knew you would be interesting. Why, yes, we do. Please, you can just head to our paranormal and occult section.
Thanks.
All the books, and she just, as you're leaving, she just yells, "All the books there were provided personally by the Coven."
Do you know of this coven?
So the Hatter, he knocks on his head a little bit. You know what? I was stuck as that awful plague, Doctor. I'm having trouble remembering. Hold on real quick. He lifts up his hat, pulls out a teapot, and goes, "Dormouse, can you come out real quick, little buddy?" "Well, what's it is, man?" "So, Dormouse, do you recall any groups that were by the name of the Coven?"
"Oh, yeah. So, look, the Coven, they didn't really like what the Foundation was doing, so they were like, freedom fighters."
"Oh, okay. Dormouse says that the Coven are a group of people who fight against the Foundation."
Noted.
And you're going through this library. The best way for me to physically describe it, you know what? I'm actually not going to use a film reference. I'm going to use a real life reference. The New York, the the library in Manhattan, in Manhattan, that library specifically, that very large one. That's what it is built and modeled after. You're looking at all the sections, but normally you would see stuff like fiction. You're seeing survival guides, farming, economics,
Sure.
barter for dummies, and then finally you come to now. It's just not like a little named section for the aisle. It's actually like has stone walls, and it looks like it just goes down in a spiral staircase, and it says paranormal and occult section.
Rather convenient location.
You know, Robert, I've taken quite a liking to you, so please be careful.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, easy does it. One step at a time.
And as you're going down the staircase, you're going, and then you see a little old lady. She's just having a really hard time getting down the stairs, and she's just, why did we build these stairs like this? And she hears you coming down behind her. She does her best to try to move out of the way, but she looks like she's about to trip. What do you do, Robert?
Try to catch her if he does. She does.
As you make hand contact and grab her, a little shock goes between the two of you. She learns about you, but then you learn about her. This isn't an ordinary old lady in front of you. This is the Baba Yaga. And what you learned in just that flash of a second, just of her life, this is the leader of the coven. And she is a very important central figure in this community. You both make it down the stairs easily. She looks at you just stunningly.
My apologies, madam. I thought you were slipping and...
Oh, wait, no, I'm not going to be doing that. So she just looks at you and she goes, Robert, yes, no apologies are needed. No. I was going to fall. I would take a bad tumble onto my behind. You helped me. But I am curious about you. Oh my word. It's the old crone. I haven't seen you since. Oh, hello, Hatta. It's been, well, last time I saw you was when we all thought Titania wasn't a cunt. Oh, yes, that's true.
Who's this Titania character?
Please, Robert, I got the gist of you were coming here to learn. Please join me and I would be more than happy to tell you. If you would be willing to just give this old lady a minute of your time.
Right.
And she actually holds her arm out for you just to, like, loop it in with hers so she can walk with you.
Oh, might as well.
Ah, a true gentleman, Mr. Robert. A true gentleman. I see that there could be much hope for these rooms, and for that poor lost child. Robert, what did you come here to learn exactly?
It's a little involved, but the short of it is, I met someone who claimed to be a tulpa. And I want to figure out what precisely the ramifications of that are.
So, Robert, for being honest and forthcoming, the Yaga looks and she just gives you a little peck on her index finger, on her two fingers, her index and middle finger, and gives a little tap on the back of your palm and goes, for your honesty, I will make sure you have a blessing to protect you in the future, Robert. And maybe I can help you, because now it will only raise more questions, but the Tulpa, the idea is that humans, they think of something so much they will it into existence. But in reality, that is just a bastardization of what that entity truly is, because they came to life because they willed it. There is a old Italian saying, a Latin saying, the old words escaped me, Robert, but the translation and gist of it is, I think, therefore I am. The Tulpa is was the Scarlet King's version of corrupting, my dear. My dear boy, I didn't see your whole life, but I felt the solitude and loneliness. I will let you have time to just, in this library there are many books to provide many answers, but if you would be willing to come to my home, I believe I have answers these books won't be able to provide, and maybe a little more for you as well.
Your house is the walking one, right?
She gives you the most happiest of smiles, and most people would probably think the Baba Yaga would have like these monstrous or horrible looking teeth, but no, they're very clean and straight, and she just gives you a playful little tap and goes, ha, yes, exactly. But right now, she is sitting down. You'll find us on the house on the hill, Robert. And thank you again, because I don't know if I would have been able to get back up again from that kind of fall, because even with my powers and such, I am susceptible to broken bones, my dear. So thank you, Robert.
Think nothing of it.
But take your time. And she goes to one corner and she goes, boo. And a book slowly starts to come out of the bookcase. It has an eyeball on it. It happily looks at the Yaga. She picks it up. And she goes, ah, yes, my favorite cookbook. And no, I do not eat children. That is gross. And she leaves.
All right, now it's bookfinding time.
You know, the Hatter just looks at the Yaga leave. You just hear him say, you know, back in the day before all that stuff happened and I was sealed away, me and her had a thing going on, and that lady was a freak in the sheiks.
EMI.
So what book specifically would you like? Actually, we're going to have a little fun with this one, actually, Mr. Radar. I would like you to roll me 2d6, please, because in this moment, you're going to assess reality.
Yeah, I got a 3 and a 6, which would make 9.
Ooh, so I'm going to let you ask a question. So, specifically, what book are you looking for for specific knowledge in that for a subject?
Yeah, just like I guess I'm just like looking for the Encyclopedia Britannica entry on Tulpas then.
All the bookcases just start immediately shuffling, becoming animated, responding to your mind, and ching, a little book chimes out, and it's a General Britannica on just entities.
Well, it's as good a place to start as any.
As you see in the book, the entry for Tulpas is such: when the populace's belief and general knowledge on a certain entity reaches a certain point, that entity is brought to life. This phenomenon is based on, the word is weird, you've never seen it. It says on the Wondrich principle.
I left my notebook back at the apartment.
The Mad Hatter looks and he reaches in his pockets, looks left, right, pulls off his hat, reaches in there, but then reaches into his little coat, pulls out a little spiral little notebook and a fountain pen for you. Here you go, Robert.
Thanks. Anyway, you were going to say something and then I cut you off.
Oh, no. I wanted you to let you have the chance to finish. Start.
Right.
But I just wanted to know, do you see if the book has an entry on Wondrich?
Yes, please.
Okay, you see the clown, the Scarlet One, the creators, Titania, and Wondrich. And for your roll, I'm going to let you have this one for free because you try to turn the page. It's blank, 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 till you cut your finger. Drop of blood drops on the page and the entry fills in. Wondrich, representation of madness, insanity, and chaos. They do not make sense. They should not exist. They are like a bee. How a bee attains flight, we will never understand. How the Wondrich came into be, we will never understand. They willed themselves into existence. They are tulpas in the purest form. They don't need somebody to will them into existence. They will themselves. You turn, you look at the Mad Hatter, and the Mad Hatter is just pouring the tea kettle into his ear, and the tea's coming. He's pouring the tea kettle into his nose. Tea's coming out of his ear onto his saucer, and then you come to the last entry. Each Wondrich entity is a reality warper.
Okay, so that's ominous.
Is there anything else you would like to do in the library, or would you like to move on?
I think I'll move on.
And as you're leaving the library, the librarian is going to make sure to tell you, oh, because you are a new arrival, do make sure to stop by the market and get your explorer's pack and have a good day. God, you are just disgustingly positive.
I will, madam. Thank you.
So you go out, and as I said, it is just pretty bustling. This is a very populated. This is one of the more populated communities in the background. Now, here's my question: do you head straight to the Yaga's home, or do you go to the market, or would you like to go somewhere else?
Actually, I'd like to take a look at that wall. Yeah, that section of the wall surrounding the city.
Oh wow, awesome! I get to do this now. So as you're going along the wall, this is when it goes just from the nice normal townspeople to where you're seeing full on soldiers. The best way to describe it would be like how Land of the Dead was in Romero's final zombie film, like how they had it set up for the gates. Everyone's got at least, for gun wise, we'll say M14s and a few AR-15s. And you do see that they do have grenades and such. They have an impressive arsenal, but they're not like pointing it at you. Everyone is looking outwards, and you see the Wall of Memorum from all the people who were lost outside the community, exploring the neighborhood. Would you like to learn about the hazards of the neighborhood?
Yeah, would I?
Yay! So, as and yes, there is a very nice little info board because, I mean, come on, they're not going to send people out there ignorant out to their death. If you're going to leave, they're not trying to keep people hostage. They're more than willing to let people go out and try to find their own way out of there, but they're going to at least try to set you up for survival with an explorer's pack. So you see on the info board, make sure to get your explorer's pack today. And then hazards, two lethal hazards: the scouts and the neighbors. The scouts, they come out during the nighttime cycle. You will never encounter a single scout. They rove in packs, and they're man-eating Boy Scouts. And then the other lethal one, because you have to be careful of what homes you try to hide in, because you could potentially encounter a neighbor. A neighbor is going to appear as a very nice husband and wife. The husband just looks like that, Leave It to Beaver type of dad, and the wife is the Stepford Wives type of looking wife. But the minute you step foot into the home, you are devoured by the home, because that is not a real home. That is a neighbor. That is a living entity that disguises itself as a house to devour many back people lost in the neighborhood. And those are your hazards.
So steer clear of the Boy Scouts and the American Gothic paintings. Got it.
Exactly. Well, is there anything else you would like to do while you're here at the wall? Wait, what was that?
I said, no, I'd like to move somewhere else now.
Gotcha. Alrighty. As you're leaving the wall, you hear some worried murmurs, but nothing to worry about. You go about your way, and once again, because I'm not going to put you where you need to be, I want to ask you, where would you like to go to next? Because there's still so much to see. There's an ice cream truck. It was built out of an old milk truck. Then there's the market, and then the Yaga's house.
Probably best to get an explorer kit just to be safe, so let's head to the market.
As you go into the market, there's a group of people just circled around each other, and they're just beating the hell out of each other. But shit, probably just like a fight club or something, because it doesn't look like anything's wrong. Everything is fine. And you get to the market, and yeah, you see clearly where it says to go for your explorer's pack. And hey, let me get you that explorer's pack. Big guy turns around, gets the big old explorer's pack for you. All right, son. You'll find inside your handy-dandy flashlight, 5 days of rations, which is, it's bottles of water and energy bars, but hey, beggars can't be choosers in the situation we're in. Then, of course, your guide to the back rooms. Everywhere that we've all had chances to explore, and some of our scouts have gone to give you information on any floor you might find yourself on if you take the chance to leave our community.
Thank you.
And he hands you the Explorer pack, and then he also hands you a Fight the Foundation pamphlet. So everything's seeming like people are getting really animated right now. Everything seems fine. What would you like to do?
Let's take a second look at that circle of people who were beating each other up.
As you turn around, you look at the circle of people beating each other up. It's gotten even worse. And then you hear, oh, that's definitely gunfire. And then the front gate explodes. And everyone in the community is just going fucking ham. Just brutalizing, beating the shit out of each other. And then wearing black MTF squad suits with their gas mask, they walk in. And then coming in from the smoke, she has a really brightly red hand smack on the side of her face, and her left cheek is swollen. But there's that fiery red hair flowing. And she goes, all right, guys, find the one named Robert. And that's when we'll change scenes.
Oh, shit.
So, this is when we are now going to go to, actually, we're going to have fun with this. Craven, high or low?
Ooh, go big or go home, so high.
So, we pick up, and a portal appears above Craven, and actually, Equilibrium, can you describe yourself for us, please?
I am, in my normal form, I am an 8-foot goddess with long green ivory hair with flowers. My skin is purple, pink, and blue. My eyes change different colors depending on my mood. Right now, I'm currently wearing a green dress.
This is what just fell on top of you, Craven.
Oh.
Okay, so Craven, if you think of Eddie Murphy in Vampire in Brooklyn, that's
Ah!
Craven, but more of a skinnier, gaunt version of that.
Oh my god, that is amazing. The little porcelain cat is just fucking laughing its ass off.
Also,
And-
Craven is on the floor, just
So
crushed.
I look down to see a smaller being underneath my ass. Oh. Oh no,
Yeah.
small one, I'm so sorry. I quickly get up and with one hand I lift the small person up.
you
I
reach out, you help Craven up.
Craven is just looking at this woman like, is this happening here? Is this happening now?
Whom are you,
You're-
little one?
As Equilibrium says this, and you look around, the room looks like it has cracks forming on it. Everything's fine.
No. Well, what are these cracks going? What is these cracks? Is reality breaking down again?
Craven, you get closer and closer to the crack and you're looking at it. Equilibrium, what would your reaction be to feeling your sister's presence?
Oh, is there any earth or plantation around me?
Here's what happens, and I will describe what happens for you.
And real fast, can I feel how she's feeling?
Very, very mad. So very mad. And kind of runt and kind of frisky. But ignoring that. Anyway, so an arm just crashes through the wall and the reality around you just shatters. The best way to describe it is you're like in just a plain white space with multiple branching paths. And Titania is, well, she's gripping Craven by his shirt collar and holding him up, going, okay, where is it?
Where's what? What the hell are you? Who are you?
She throws you in the direction of where the porcelain cat had rolled down when everything shattered. You land next to it. Titania's blind rage. She still hasn't noticed you, Equilibrium. The porcelain cat rolls, tink, hits your foot, and then Craven, you stop rolling. Hey, kid.
Yes?
I
pick it up.
Your sister's pretty fucking pissed off right now, and it's not a good idea because I know what she wants. She wants me. How about you do us a solid? Put a little blood on me, both of you.
I beg your pardon?
Put some of your blood on me.
Mm,
Unless you think you can calm her down.
Why does everything here ask for blood?
Is it
Look.
not custom in your realm?
She's getting closer. Look, unless you think you can calm her down, I really recommend it.
Okay, small one. My hand just opens up and green ooze drops on the statue.
Craven, do you put some of your blood on him?
Yes, I do.
The porcelain cat starts to shake and then rise in the air, and then there's just a swirling vortex of purple and green color, and then poof, the cat's disappeared. In that second, Titania's like rage and intense rage drops as she's just like, no! And then she notices you, Equilibrium, and she's just, sister?
Sister, I've been looking for you.
Wait, what? Excuse me? Wait, how are you here?
Mr. Creep, he tried to kill me. He told me that you wanted me dead. I knew he was lying about you, and I had to come and tell you.
Equilibrium, my baby, my poor baby. Your Creep is just mistaken. Her hands are covered in blood.
You're a sister. You're wounded. Please let me help you.
That's not her blood.
I know.
Okay, she comes closer to you. She puts her hands on your face and goes, "Oh, no, 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 no. I would never hurt you. I just had to kill all the other Equilibrium."
The other equilibriums.
And that's when literally the wall for like the water room smashes, and then this chopper comes rolling in and it just has like a cat aesthetic, and you see this humanoid that's like wearing a purple leather jacket. He's got a gray and purplish shirt on underneath. He has a purple pompadour, purple aviators, and then Titania immediately just looks away from you and looks at this person who also has a suspicious purple gray like cattail attached to their back. The entity just goes about just enthralling your sister. Every time she gets close to him, he vanishes. She just keeps following him, locked onto his every word, until finally a version of that entity is next to you and goes, "Hey, kids, this is the chance to run."
Craven looks at this. Craven looks at Equilibrium and says, "I think we should do that."
Go ahead, little one. I'll be shortly behind.
I don't think I should leave you. She looks like she could snap on you at any moment again.
Yes, but if I have to buy you time, I can at least provide you that. I don't know you, and I know what's actually going on, but you need to run, just in case. I will be behind you.
I think I can help you.
How was that?
Well, she's obviously mad at you, so what is she mad for?
It's complicated, but I will speak of that later, when we're both safe.
I'm
But
just
let's not
saying,
waste...
just hear me out. Maybe I can just make her forget why she's mad at you in the first place.
And how do you suppose that, little one?
At this point, Craven would like to reach into Equilibrium's mind to find a memory that only she would know.
I allow it.
What would be something that only Equilibrium would know that would prove like only she would know, no matter how small.
So, because you guys have done this, you're triggering something. So, instead of equilibriums, you're going to see the equilibrium from another plane, their last memory. You see this beautiful cosmic garden, this entity equilibrium sitting there, making themselves a beautiful crown of flowers. And then Titania walks up. She looks happy, getting ready to greet her dear sister. And then Titania just dives all of her hands right into the center of her chest and rips her in half. And as she lies there bleeding, dying, reincarnation coming to an end, death, life, everything coming to an end in the plane, Titania just crouches down and looks and goes, "I don't need another tainted version of my sister. I'll be the one. I'll be all." And then when it comes time, I'll pick the one she goes off with. her life. And then she brings her foot down on her head, smashing it. And you both just come to after seeing that. Oh, hold on. I'll re-explain that for you real quick. And just a faster version for you. Equilibrium. You saw Equilibrium being slaughtered by Titania, and her saying that there only needs to be one of her sister, and that she'll be safe and she'll keep her with her, and that when the time comes, she'll be the one to pick who she goes off with. And then that's what you guys see as you come back.
Oh.
He'll start rolling down Equilibrium's face. It's time to run.
And then the Cheshire goes, I'm sorry, guys. I tried to get you more time, but... And his body just snaps, cracks, and turns back into the porcelain cat and goes back into your hands, Craven. As Titania is just standing there looking at you, Equilibrium. And she goes, Sister?
Smile at Titania. My dear sister, is this the creature of your affection?
Sister, all I need you to do, kill that thing, that man next to you, and bring the porcelain cat to me, and then I finally have everything.
I don't like that
back
idea.
to me. Come back to me right now. Your side is with me. I already took care of Mom and Dad.
What do you mean?
She smiled. They were delicious. I'm the only person you need to love, my dear sister. I'm the only one you need. I'll find the one that can be in your life. So come back to me right now.
I turn my body to
No.
face Titania fully. And I'm standing in front of Craven. And while my back is turned to them, I motion for them to move, to run. While they sneak away, I tell Tatiana, my dear sister, why did you not just ask for my help sooner?
I don't need your help, dear sister. I'm fine. All I need to know is that you're safe and you're mine. The blood that was on her arm spreads up her arm, her flesh becoming scarlet. The bloody tears that were going down her eyes are now flowing back up into her pupils, her eyes just becoming a blood scarlet. 6 more slits appear on her forehead as eyes open up, and grand antlers start her flesh splitting, and 2 antler-like horns ripping from her head, and a golden crown floating above her head. Come home to me. I'll forgive this because you're not knowing what you're doing.
Please tell me Craven, out of character, please tell me Craven and Cheshire sneaking the fuck away.
This is up to Craven.
Well, no. He backs away a little and just hides out of view.
She doesn't notice Craven. All she notices, you come here right now. You come to me.
Of course, my beloved sister. You're my family. I can never betray you. I walk over to Tatiana.
Boom, 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 boom. Roll 2d6.
1 second.
You're gonna save your skin.
Ooh, I got a 10.
You're in the clear. Though it may take danger hasn't fully passed yet. Tatiana's just reaching out her hand to stroke your face. Boom. She's reaching out to you. What are you gonna do?
I love you, sister. I will do anything to guarantee your happiness. And I take her hand.
And I'm all you'll ever need.
Of course.
As 7 blood-like wings wrap from her back, and a flowing cape of blood just oozes from the back of her neck and just flows, becoming a cape that is about so long your eyes just focus. This isn't Tatiana. What do you do?
Did you say this is not Tatiana?
This is not Tatiana.
I allow myself to go with them.
Oh, Titania. Yes. Why was I? Thank you. So.
Real fast, I hear a bunch of clinging.
Oh no,
and...
that is Edgar playing with this thing on my mic. Hold on.
Edgar.
Edgar.
You're getting me killed here.
So, boom. As your sister's going to wrap you up, that's when rotting leaves, smell of earth appears, and just a strange black grayish hand grabs your arm and goes, "Stop! She is not who you think, Tiana. And Mr. Creep fully appears. She offers only sweet words. Lies! She means to upset what we have worked for, Titania.
How could you say that when you were the one who betrayed my sister?
Scarlet Queen turns around, looks at Mr. Creep. She turns and looks at you. Titania, think you're letting your selfishness blind you.
And you tried to stop me from helping her find her beloved. How can you do that?
You fool!
Does my sister's happiness mean nothing to you, Mr. Creeple?
Titania, we cannot keep what we have worked so hard. If you're to allow her to exist, you must wipe this one. Choose a different one. This one's broken. You're not even the original.
What? I look at, my sister.
She looks at you with sad eyes.
I smile at my sister. If I'm the one that's broken, if I am the one who is not the original, that only tells me that you love me most.
The armored form of Creeper rips from out of his cloak. He doesn't wield the Warple blade this time. This time he just wields a gargantuan sickle that, instead of a blade, it's just a astral mist forming a gargantuan sickle blade.
You let me go before, Mr. Creeple, to cause this havoc between me and my beloved sister. I cannot allow this to happen again. I stand defensively in front of my sister.
So be it. Tanya, I let you do what you needed to, but I won't let her destroy what we're working for. And the scene will end as Mr. Creeper goes swinging his sickle down at equilibrium and Tanya flying at him. And now we go to a nice little happy beach scene. Saren's walking along the beach. The little bander pup is like just happily running around her, just yipping happily, just yay! All in all, Saren, things are actually looking kind of up for you right now.
I even don't feel as anxious.
And the water is just, it's so crystal clear. And, you are getting closer and you're coming to a dock. And you see a dock, and then there is just a beautiful yacht on the end, just docked at the edge of it has made anchor at the edge of the dock. And then you notice a warehouse. But the Bander pup is just going nuts, barking and yipping at the warehouse.
What is it, bad? The buddy's in a bad spot?
What was that?
She's just gonna call out to her, like, is it a bad spot, Mr. Pluffles?
And he just like, the little pup he looks at the warehouse again, just like weakly whimpers, and then just looks for you to see what you want to do.
Well, she's too much of a kid, thinking to go check it out, so it's like, I would trust your judgment, let's find somewhere else.
So does that mean that Saren is definitely not going near the warehouse?
Oh, absolutely not.
All right. Would you like to check out the dock or keep going on?
To be honest, she probably wouldn't want to go anywhere near the water.
Oh, could you repeat that?
I said to be honest, she probably wouldn't want to go anywhere near the water.
Gotcha. All right. Now, I did prepare for this, so you go past, you're just, no thank you. And you're going down the beach. Just, man, this beach just keeps going on. When are you going to find the edge? And your hair just goes with the wind. There's just a whoosh, as a bullet whizzes by your head. And as you turn around, you see that same MTF team, just Midas 20 Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and you hear them say, "Get the singularity."
She's gonna run.
All right. So I'm gonna give you a choice of 3 options. So you can go for the option of saving your skin. You can choose to fight for your life and maybe if you get lucky with your roll, you could find a way to take these agents down. Or you could embrace chaos and tap into that cosmos in Head. Choice is yours.
I'm gonna do save your skin.
All right, roll me 2d10, please.
Sorry, 2d6, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I got a 5.
Okay, so. So, here's how Absurdia works. You're not going to take damage on this because this isn't a situation where you're going to take damage. On a miss, specifically, you might find yourself in an even worse predicament because you're running and you're just, oh no, there's only one thing you can do. You run into the warehouse, and the minute you run in and close the door, you turn around and the door is gone. But it's not too bad because, hey, the MTF squad can't get you. You can hear them muffly through the walls, like how they can't find any kind of no entrance. And you take a look around you and makes you think of are you in a TV studio? Huh. The Vanderpup is glued to your side.
She could be weirded out, scoop up Mr. Fluffles and just investigate, I guess.
You're looking around, you notice another door taking you deeper into the studio. You go into it, turn around, door's gone. You press on and you hear splishing as you take steps, and this is when you see the body, gore, the mayhem. You don't see what caused all this. You hear giggling, go through another door, turn around, gone, until you come to the last door. And when you open it, so I need to ask you a question, Saren.
Yep.
Out of all of her classmates, right? In her little group, who was her favorite? Who was probably the one that she would consider her friend, like maybe her closest friend?
Ooh, it's a tough question because she didn't try to get close to anyone. Let me just see something. I guess, the person who put her in the costume because she's a useless lesbian, Holly.
Wow, it's really funny because that's the person I was guessing in my notes. Because there's that very same classmate, except they have been beat to hell. They have a bloody gag in their mouth, and they're tied to a chair. And they are just giving you the look of, oh no, oh God, I wish you were not here. And you hear even louder around you, just the laughter, until literally right next to your face, your ear. You know, hey Saren, I want to play a game. Yeah. And Saren triggers a special encounter, and the scene immediately ends. We're going to go back to Robert. Saren, we're going to come back to you. Robert.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. This all hell has broken loose. The minute gunfire, all of that, what is Robert doing?
Well, this might not be the wisest action given the context, but I'm thinking of just turning into a statue and trying to blend in
Oh.
because of the
I like
stone
that.
skin thing.
So, roll me 2d6 real quick.
A 6 and a 3, which is a 9.
Dear God, in all your thinking, you're just in the back of your head, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. This is not the MTF squad's walking up. They turn. They look at you. I don't get it. It has to be modern art. We're not supposed to get it. Whoever did this was just pretentious and a jackass. They think they're better than us. You know what? We're going to go find this person. We're going to kick his ass. Yeah. Zero comes up, looks at it, and goes, I think it's kind of cute, but still nowhere near as hot as Craven. But, you know, I'd probably, if this was a normal guy, I'd probably jump his bones. But, yeah. All right, let's go. Ooh, look at that guy splat against the wall. Damn. And they keep walking, and the market area you're at is just silent because the carnage is just following along the community. And that's when, like, your statue self that you've become, you notice now, like, a little dove with the Mad Hatter's hat lands on your shoulder and goes, oh, that was some smart thinking, but I seriously didn't think that was going to work.
Neither did I.
And carnage, everything is going. Are you going to stay hidden in that area, or is there anything?
I'm gonna try to see if I can make my way to Baba Yaga's house. You
make it. You're getting somehow. Robert, your luck is on point. There's no need to question it. The Baba Yaga is the Baba Yaga. She definitely has some power because everyone is still avoiding going up the hill for now. As you start sneaking your way up from the other side, you hear Zero complaining, going, "God damn it! She's got a spell blocking our blocking us." You make it up to the very small purple little house with chicken legs tucked up on the sides of it. You've already seen how the illusion works for the other home. You are already anticipating this is going to be eyes misleading. You open it and you see a large gathering of women, and you automatically assume that this is a coven. The best way to describe it is these women all look like sorceresses, Wiccans, witches, every type of the make. And the Baba Yaga, wearing her white ceremonial sorceress garb, she welcomes you. Robert, come. We don't have much time.
Is this about the things going on outside?
Yes. I wished we would have had enough time, but I fear I will only have enough time to offer you two choices. Robert, I can cure you of your anomalous properties, give you a normal life, erase your memory of everything you've experienced, send you home. If you wish this, I can make it happen. But if you are willing to listen to this old Yaga, you can save this plane and save the child that is being tortured to make this.
There is a child being tortured?
So, the best way to put it, in the sense, he is millions, billions years old, but in his mind, he is nothing more than just a child. He never saw himself as some grand, omnipotent deity, just a feral child who was a brother and was taken advantage of by a greedy, selfish individual. Like I said, Robert, the choice is yours. What would you like?
That child deserves a normal life more than I do. I will save him.
She gently takes your hand, leads you, and goes, "Sisters, it is finally time." They look and they each head out of the door to face what's coming. Baba leads you deeper into the home till she comes to a very ornate, beautiful table, two very fancy, decadent chairs that would have been at home in the century for their design. She guides you to sit on one side, and as she sits on the other, her eyes glow from her hand, glowing deck of tarot cards, and they float above her hands, shuffle, and as she lays each one down, not the suits, the normal tarot, each one shows a scene done in the art of tarot, dedicated art, different scene. You see the cosmos being born, silhouettes joining together, a shadow swallowing up smaller shadows, getting a female shadow wantingly upon the vast creation of everything, but still not satisfied. You see sisters split apart, but then, Raven, you see four silhouettes brought together. Carnage, destruction all about. Four of them joined together, hand in hand. Bright light is formed. And then the last one, you see two childlike silhouettes holding hands back together. The one with the four silhouettes, that card holds an material, and she puts it in front of you. This one, Robert, you are the key. You will open the lock. You must find the others, the other singularity. She coughs into her hand, she holds it away, and there's blood in her palm. He holds her. You see a key starts to slowly appear, and on it, you see a woman's holding her arms crossed across her chest, engraved into the top of the key, and torso, and then the bottom of the key starts to form. And as it does, the color from Baba starts to drain more, until the key finally stops. She weakly grabs it, puts it down as well next to the tarot card. The four silhouettes start to glow. The first one revealed is you notice is you. But the other three don't reveal themselves yet, just one. And it's a female, it's a woman. Why the hell is she dressed like Alice from Alice in Wonderland? Weird. Baba weakly gets up. Robert, now, when you're going to leave, take the key and turn it 7 times. It will spin clockwise, fully. 7 times, no more, no less. And it will take you where you
Understood.
need. And it will take you where you need to go next. She stands up proud. She reaches over and she pulls back a curtain. You see this big, massive mortar and then a big pestle. She sits in the mortar, holds the pestle, and it starts to float. Now, Robert, I'm going to do my best, and I will ensure that this community is saved. You just get out of here. Thank you, Robert. You have given sound the gong for the rebellion to begin. She coughs up more blood, and she goes to float more to the ceiling as the ceiling starts to open up. Goodbye, Robert.
Goodbye.
As she goes to float out of the roof. I'll say what happens out there, but first, you, Robert. The Hatter now, he's just taking on the shape of like a cricket with his just with his vest and his hat hat. Oh, dear, you know, Robert, I wouldn't have blamed you. I would have taken the easy way out.
She didn't mention that child. They probably would have.
And that is why I'm going to stay with you. And whenever I can, I'll offer my best to help you.
He said something about a door.
So he jumps off your shoulder and he hops. Yeah, I think she meant we could go to any door. How about we, yes, let's try this one. And granted, it's clearly the closet door, but what could it hurt? Do you turn the key 7 times?
Yes.
You put it in, you spin it 5, 6, 7 times. The door glows. It looks like it's become literally made of branches, beautiful leaves, and then the key is back in your pocket. And then when you open the door, I'll reveal who you're going to be joining because this is very important. Before we go to that scene, we'll finish Saren. Saren, as we last left off with you, you heard that voice saying they want to play a game, and you look and see a clown.
Noah, I don't like this game.
Oh, now, Saren, you can't. There's no getting out of it, and I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna take no as an answer. So, don't worry. I promise this is gonna be fun, and it's really gonna be now, look, it's very simple. Look, you don't gotta worry. I'm not related to anything going on here because I'm the clown. There's only one Charles P. Featherbottom. There's only one of them. And I mean, if there was more of me, this fucking multiverse wouldn't be able to handle. So, don't worry. I don't have anything to do with that. What we're doing is just for me. And you see, I got a question for you, Saren, because I know you. I've seen you all throughout your life. I've seen everyone. There's nothing that I don't see in those picture boxes. And I know about the little thing you have hidden in your brain. I met another version of you. I mean, that version I knew was a guy and he was kind of a dick. I knew another version of that really took advantage of it. They made bad things happen all the time. So I want to know, how are you different to them? Because at the end of the day, they all became a bad guy. Are you a bad guy, Saren?
This whole interaction's horrifying to her, so she's gonna
So-
sound like she just appears.
So I'm going to let you know in your horror, every time you've been blinking, he's been appearing in different spots all around the room. And then also,
that's how
like,
you-
he would appear on TV monitors, walk in between them. Then you see he's just on the wall, walking, merged with it. And then he's like literally your shadow when he says, "Are you a bad guy?" Oh, where's my manners? Like, you gotta take the seat of honor. Get her set up, boys. And you see these monstrous looking dwarfs come in. They're done up as clowns and they're holding up a gilded throne covered in gore, and they put it down in front of you. They grunt at you, waiting for you to climb up and sit on it. Now, boys, be patient. I don't think she means to be rude. Saren, when a host offers you a seat, it's best to take it.
He's actually gonna move closer to Holly.
Oh, well. Look at this, boy. We have an interesting predicament. Get this on camera. Yes. The drama, the prestige. Now, Saren. Holly starts to get pulled away from you as if they're on a conveyor belt. Now. You haven't made your choice. Now, here's the game. I want the little puppy. No, I know what you're thinking. I don't want to hurt him. He's gonna be my new bestest friend. He's gonna help me bring so much pain, so much horror. And he's gonna be my best friend. Isn't that right, Mr. Fluffles? And you can have Holly, and then you can just fuck right off. I don't care. I got my episode. Because then me and Mr. Fluffles are gonna rip your principal apart. But if you wanna keep Mr. Fluffles, then I'm going to keep Holly there, and we're gonna have a really fun episode with me, her, and your... I'm going to teach the kitties how to make human souffle a la Holly Flambe. So, choice is yours, and you got a minute. And he clicks on a stopwatch as it starts ticking down from 60 seconds.
She's gonna look down at the Bandersnatch pup, because both options sound horrible. Gonna like squish his cheeks and like rub behind his ears and stuff. And then she's gonna lean down to whisper, take her and run.
Wait, are you saying that to the Vanderpup or Holly?
No, I'm telling that to the bandit pup.
The Vanderpup looks at you. It understands. So, what's it gonna be, Saren?
She's gonna stand up, face him, and while the Vanderpup's moving towards Holly, she's going to embrace chaos.
Excellent. Roll 2d6.
I got a 9.
Oh my god. So, you haven't achieved your perfection yet. You're going to embrace chaos. And you know what? Because you got a 9, the best possible outcome that could have happened is going to happen. You tap into that cosmos, into you, as if knowing the best possible thing to do to save all three of you and to fuck over the clown is to summon the only other entity that there is one of, that there cannot be multiple versions of, because there is only one. As you just hear a massive studio like laughter and applause belt out as the clown just starts belching out just plumes of bees, and Holly, like, her arms are untied and she rips off her blindfold and goes, "Oh my god, it's Tom Laughmore! Aha! Greetings and salutations, all you fans that love to laugh." And you look and you see this impossibly tall humanoid wearing a blue and pinstripe suit, but you cannot see past the top of his head. No matter what you do, it stops only at his mouth. Ha! I see a little bitch that thinks he can step it up past me like the little dirty motherfucker that he is. Isn't that right now, clowny boy? And then as you blink, that perfect white smiles in your face. Ha! Thank you, Saren. You have given me the greatest Laugh is Fun episode possible. And for that, I'm going to let you live. So get the fuck out.
She does not need to be told twice.
Holly is just falling.
Like, please.
The clown is just going, no, no, no. No, that's right. We're gonna have an episode. No. Saren, you just hear the screams from an entity that should never scream in fear. The screams he lets out, you have a permanent white streak in your hair now. That's what Laugh is Fun did to the clown. And for dear listeners who know the SCP, the clown, for that to make him scream in terror, it must have been bad. Oh, and now the Vanderpup, he used to be like a purplish color. He's now pure white. His fur is pure white. Holly's hair has just gone white. And she looks like she's aged 10 years from fear. What would you like to do next, Saren?
I want to try to tap more into that and see if I can find a way to send her back.
you're getting ready, and here's, as you're doing this, blood starts to trickle from your nose. And Holly puts a hand on your shoulder, shakes her head. She hugs you. This hug is, it's so much warmth, so much care. Don't worry, kiddo. I'll be good. You weren't the only one that had a seat. Hold on, real quick. She pulls out her she pulls out her phone. She dials and she goes, "Daddy, I need you to come pick me up, Daddy." And then a portal appears, and you see a gentleman who you feel the most horrible repulsion. You fucking despise this motherfucker. The minute he looks at you, like, you cannot stand to look at him. He's just wearing a Stetson brimmed hat. "Thank you, little lady. Thank you for saving my daughter. Come on, honey. I'll get you back to school now. Thanks, Daddy. Oh, yeah. Here, for saving my baby girl. I don't need this maybe you'll find this useful here in this area. Bye now." He threw you a dagger.
Oh.
This dagger disables SCP and not properties. It's that dagger. So I think you understand the significance of who you just met. You met Clef. And yeah, your classmate was in actuality Clef's daughter, that SCP.
I see. Yep.
So how do you feel about this?
She's just gonna like, have tears like sizzling on her face, and she's gonna repeat, "I fucking hate this place."
As you're thinking that. Oh no, you finish.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so she's never actually like tried to get into her powers. So she's like, her head's throbbing, her nose is bleeding, and she's just gonna like put the dagger away where it's not gonna stab someone. And she's like, I'm gonna take a nap now, and then passes out.
You're feeling so woozy, and well, this is fortuitous because you've found a wharf. And when I say wharf, I mean like Bob's Burgers Wonder Wharf. You see like a little fairground dock side. It looks like businesses, a nice looking hotel, and far off in the distance, you think that looks like a oil barge, oil rig? What would you like to do first?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat? I think my net was cutting out.
Okay, so you see, it's like the Wonder Wharf from Bob's Burgers. You see like a little carnival fairground on the dockside, and then you see a bunch of businesses and a very nice hotel. And then off in the distance, out in the water, you see a oil rig.
Well, I will let Mr. Fluffle decide because she passed out.
So this is when Mr. Fluffles starts to, as you passed out, Mr. Fluffles was going into his next phase in his age cycle. So he went from about the size of a Boston Terrier to now he's the size of a dire wolf. So he was able to catch you, and he's just walking around, and it thinks to go to the hotel. And since you let Mr. Fluffles be in charge, it takes a big whiff at the hotel and then shakes its head. It's like, and then it goes on to the wharf area, to the carnival area, to like where all the rides and everything is. Takes a sniff, shakes its head, takes you ever where all the food and stuff is, and finds a nice little bench and lays you on the bench, and then lays down next to you, guarding you. You get a good few hours of rest, and then your eyes shoot open. "What's wrong, mother?"
Sorry, can you repeat the last part?
You heard Mr. Fluffles, the big dire wolf size Mr. Fluffles, look at you and say, "What's wrong, mother?" as your eyes shot open and you awoke.
Oh my god, you talk now.
Yes. Oh yeah, of course you wouldn't understand it. But yes, I am a big boy now. I desire ear scratches.
She's gonna blink and then just give him the scratches.
Yes, this pleases Mr. Fluffle. But imprint mummy, I've seen the one that gave me life, that birthed me. And he like points his snout in the direction of the oil rig. And you see one of those viewfinders.
I guess I'll check out the viewfinder.
So you see an oil rig, and you see these, best way to describe it is a Gigatitan. It looks like what you would describe as like a brontosaurus mixed with a giraffe, except the bottom of the feet look like gargantuan disc. So they're not their legs aren't in the water. They're literally skating on top of the water. And they have these massive chains that link them to the oil rig. And there's these protrusions coming out from the oil rig and stabbing at them. And you just hear this massive... And each cry causes the sky to become clear. That's why it's always sunny and beautiful. Is from the torture cries from these Giga Titans keeps the storms and stuff away.
Just gonna look to Mr. Fluffles, just like that sounds bad. How do we stop that?
He points his snout over to a little glass doors, glass walls. It's for a cable car that goes to the oil rig. If Mother wants to help, that will take you. Of course, Mr. Fluffles will help you.
She's not leaving anytime soon, so yeah, she'll go to the cable car.
So, oh yes. As you're riding the cable car, there's a security camera watching you, keeping you in view, and sitting from the main chamber. There's its body is reminiscent of an orangutan, and it's wearing a captain's uniform with the captain's hat, has a really ornate pipe in his mouth, and he pulls it out. and then it just spins a couple of steel balls in its hand. She won't be leaving this place alive. And that is where we will leave Serena, as we are going to join back to Equilibrium and Dr. Craven in the midst of their gargantuan chaotic battle. Craven,
Yes.
things aren't really good. Things are not good for you at the moment because you are literally stuck in the middle of a battle of gods.
Yes. And Craven is simply watching and observing and listening.
You're trying to get a good listen, and you wondering what the porcelain cat is going to have to say, and there's nothing. It's as if it's just a normal porcelain cat. There ain't nothing coming from it, so he's not able to tell you anything. And as you're sitting there, roll me 2d6 real quick.
Oh shit, Snake Eyes. Well, ones, so 2.
Oh boy. So this is what's going to happen, Craven. You, by the skin of your teeth, a slash that just continues on into infinity. You literally see out into the cosmos, it split a planet. And where you dove for cover, you bump into Equilibrium's leg as she is holding off Craven, whose massive hand is like trying to grab at her throat. And he, with another arm, is just locking blades with Titania. And I will tell you, each just blush of wind will kill you. Take it away.
Jesus Christ. This is where, okay, he needs to be athletic in this point. So he's going to use his abilities and he is going to search for the memories of a certain pro athlete. I want to say Bo Jackson.
Something's weird, because when you start thinking of this, all of a sudden, a big, shining Bo Jackson comes and tackles the fuck out of Mr. Creeper.
Craven is just standing there looking stunned, and maybe I should have thought Leonidas.
The image changed to Leonidas.
Sweet, yes. Kill him now.
Equilibrium, how are you reacting to what happened?
Well, which part?
To just like, because Creeper was just trying to grip around your throat, and all of a sudden this big, shining astral form tackled him, freeing you from the grasp. And you heard Craven say a name, and now this form just changed into what looks like a shining astral form wearing a helmet with plumage and like a cape, but has a big, large shield and spear. And right now it's engaged in combat with Mr. Creep.
I am stunned. I am a goddess. I have seen many things. I have not seen this.
Craven, your head is fucking killing you now. The Spartan is now... Leonidas has now just become a random Roman gladiator. Your head feels like it's splitting, and now he's become an Aztec warrior. blood is just pouring from your nose.
He wants to curl up into the fetal position now.
Can I see where Craven is?
Yes, he landed. He rolled next to you, and now he's like, just you see what's going on with him.
Where's my sister?
She's screaming in horror.
And she's not paying attention to me?
Nope.
I grab Craven the statue and I fucking book it.
Oh.
Craven allows this. He can't fight back.
Oh. When you grab the cat, Mr. Creeper just screams out, I told you! I told you! And
I shoved the cat down my dress.
Titania, this is just for the listeners to know, because Equilibrium, you don't see. It would be literally right behind Titania's ear. It's as if it's just a shriveled shadow just whispering in her ear as black ichor starts to pour down her eyes and streaks, becoming permanent stains down her eyes, down her cheeks, permanent scars. And she looks in your direction, Equilibrium. Don't worry. I'm just going to rip off your limbs so I can put you in the box.
I take the cat statue. I give it back to Craven and I fucking throw him as hard as I can.
Craven screams.
So, this is when... So, Equilibrium, what are you going to do?
I stop whatever punishment I deserve, dear sister, as long as it makes you happy.
Roll me 2d10 real quick.
I got an 8.
You just make out that form that's literally whispering into your sister's ear. You see this strange thing. It's just constantly whispering into your sister's, holding out a shriveled arm, index finger at you. Sister looks at you and then stops. And when she goes to reach for you, her hand just starts to burn, peel. And she pulls it away from you, more frantic whispering into the ear. And as your sister goes to raise her arm to swing down on you, you're prepared to accept whatever happens. Being unmade, hell, that just means you'll join your parents. Unbeknownst to you and Tanya, a very beautiful door made of branches, vine, other ivy had formed, and a gentleman had walked through. During this event, when all three of you were within two things were triggered. So, you were saying Equilibrium forms.
I'm sorry, you keep breaking up for me.
I said you have multiple forms, correct?
Yes.
Tell me about those other forms, real.
Unknown to anyone else except for the royal family, there are 3 personalities, in which my current state calls a mood. There is life, when she is her normal self, or main self. There is death. That is when her eyes become hollow and empty, black voids of nothingness. And the last one, the most dangerous of all. She is the one who delights in suffering. Her side doesn't come out often, but when it does, it is nothing but blood, pain, and torture.
So as this is happening, time literally comes to like a stand. Because inside your mind, Equilibrium, all 3 of the personalities are gathered in front of a door. And all 3 of them together push open that door. There's another version of you just laying there on their side. They look and they know, oh, it's finally time.
It is time. I'm afraid. It is time.
This final version, this final personality or so. Life, death, and how do you label the third one?
Carnage.
Well, this last one is reincarnation. It stretches and goes, all right, well, in your current state and with everything that's going on, I can probably come out for 3 seconds and your body would be able to handle that before it completely shatters and collapses in on itself.
Okay.
So get ready. So all I can tell you is grit those teeth, because this is gonna hurt.
It always does, doesn't it?
Robert, you're coming through the door and it's like walking into the maelstrom of a tornado, of a gargantuan tornado, just insanity. But you see 8-foot tall woman in front of you, nature woman. Interesting. You don't know why, but you just need to hold out your hand. And when you do that, that strange crystalline material that came when you stabbed the mock turtle Oberon in 4000, it doesn't appear as a blade, it just envelops your palm. The glow spreads into equilibrium. But the same thing, just as every other member, your head just feels like it's splitting apart. Blood starts pouring from, and as you finish, you collapse to the and equilibrium. The last thing you really can see is literally as just this. The best way to describe it is this looks like a version of you, but it also has floating behind it 7 wings that are more of like an angelic white and white feather plumage. Just like your sister, it has 8 arms, and the whole body isn't able to appear. It's literally as if it's forming from your torso, and it looks at you, gives you a wink, equilibrium, and it doesn't form a fist or anything. It literally just does an index finger, and it pokes it into your sister's chest. Literally, the force that is done into your sister is the equivalent of a white hole, and she immediately gets sucked into it. And then just with the middle finger, it flicks it, sending it flying. This version of you looks at you and goes, "Oh, that's all I can do for now. She'll be back. Hopefully we'll be ready." It looks back at you, equilibrium, and it slowly starts to crumble. And then as it crumbles back into you, the blue light fades. Every vein in your body just bulges. It feels like they're about to burst. Literally, like blood sprays at different points. Feels like all your bones are breaking, and you collapse to the Craven. You landed on the ground. You're hurt. You're beat to hell, but the blood's finally stopped coming from your nose, and you try to do that. And then when you look to where the battle's going on, what was happening with that Aztec warrior and that weird armored guy, the armored guy is gone. All you just see is just this big, long wooden stick, and then all the debris, and then you see the collapsed form of Robert in equilibrium in the distance. What do you want to do, Craven?
I'm gonna get up off the ground, and the stick is still there, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna walk over to the stick, and I'm gonna grab it.
As you grab this stick, your eyes glow. You feel like at one point you see all of creation, everything, and then boom, back to normal. And the height of this stick is shrunk down to where like it would be wieldable for you, and you're just, so what do you do with it? And then like you give a little tap on the ground, and the stick inside your hand, it does like a little puncture into your hand, and then a sickle blade made of blood appears. You feel a little woozy, but that's about it.
And it stabs him in the hand.
Yep.
So he's gonna pull away from the stick and look at his hand to see this wound. Is it deep? Need a bandage type thing?
What are you looking at?
What?
What are you looking at, asshole? You're not even gonna ask my name?
He's gonna throw the stick to the ground.
The stick just phased away. So, like where the wound was, it starts to turn till it's the shape of what would be a mouth, and then you see teeth starting to form, and then 2 eyes, and then floop, and then a face forms and goes, "Call me Bunkle. I'm a carbuncle, asshole."
Yes.
Oh shit. Looks like both your buddies over there died. Or close to death. You want to be able to save them?
Yes, but I have a more pressing issue. My hand is talking to me.
Yeah, and if you want to save them, you gotta accept me permanently, buddy. Make the contract.
Fine. I will save them.
Done. It is done. Your soul is my soul, and my soul is your soul. We are united. All right, boss. So, I need some elements. Give me some dirt. Give me some earth.
Okay. So he walks over to equilibrium, and then places his hand to her forehead.
Ooh, this is some high quality earth. Oh, this is really gonna help them out. Delicious. All right, boss. Next step. I need fire.
Max searches his pockets for lighters, matches.
You find a lighter. You find a Zippo.
Sweet. And he lights it.
And when the carbuncle looks, and he does his mouth and breathing in, sucking in, and just like literally a flamethrower like flame just sucks into his mouth. Ugh, that's some cheap ass butane, man. Cheap ass butane.
I got
Anyway,
this-
all right.
I got the Zippo from a
Right, now-
gas station.
Yeah, and it shows. Now, anyway, all right. I need to get some air. Hold me up to the sky.
For me to be your boss, you're very demanding. Craven
You ain't my boss. You ain't my boss, buddy. We equals.
He raised his hand to the sky.
It feels like you're having a jet turbine in your hand with how hard it sucks in air.
Oh,
All right. All right. All right. Put me on each of their mouths.
are you going
One
to
at a
kiss him?
time. Yeah. I gotta suck a soul back into him.
Craven looks at him for a moment, and it's like, I don't want to talk about what I do with this hand, so he puts his hand to Robert first.
Robert, you feel the breath of life just go through you. The damage your brain had went through, all of that pain is gone. Not all your wounds are healed. Not all the wounds from what just happened are healed, but you're good and able to get up. You pull your hand back. You see Robert has color back into his skin. Carbuncle just looks at you and goes, "Told you. All right, now put me on the goddess there."
Don't sound too eager.
It just does a weird missing tooth grin at you.
If she punches me, I hope she cuts you off my arm.
Yeah, if that happens, you die. I told you. Our souls are one. My soul is your soul is my soul. If anything happens to me, you die, buddy. And if anything happens to you, I die. That's the price of the contract. But
Fine.
Guess what, buddy? You basically got one of the most powerful grimoires implanted in your hand. I don't know whose ass you pleased, lucky boy. I used to belong to gods.
Oh crap! Without thinking, Mac Craven like balls his hand into a fist because all he could think about is the mantis woman that tried to kill him.
You know, your friend still needs it. It doesn't help anything.
Oh yeah, okay. And he puts his hand to the equilibrium's mouth.
So, to give a better idea of what's being blown from this kiss, it's like a blue flame that's being blown down throughout your body. Your color is returning to you. Equilibrium in your mind, you're just seeing that fourth reincarnation go. I gotta go back in the room now. When the time comes, the key keeper will be able to delete this door when he can fully form the key, and we'll be able to stand above time. Until then, I'm going back to bed. Till later.
Thank you. Sweet dreams.
Love you guys. Night.
Peace out. Yeah. Quiet you. Oh.
You wake up to this hand blowing life back into you. Don't worry, I'm not making out with you again, and I was giving you life back. Now, if you want to make out, a little tongue comes out and licks his lips.
I slap him.
Ow! This still attached to me, you know.
Oh. Small one.
It hurts a little bit.
Heal.
He made me do it.
Look at the hand. Then I look back to Craven.
What? You know,
Go ahead.
Look, I got removed from Mr. Creeper, and I'm kind of glad at least somebody picked me up, because I would have just faded away.
You were a part of Mr. Creeple.
Yep.
So he's dead then?
Nope. He just had his arm chopped off. Why do you think he
Aw.
has so much magical power? I'm literally a grimoire brought to flesh, my dear.
Well, that's not something that's typically polite to ask another being.
Well, Mr. Creeper was an asshole. I always asked him to introduce me to his friends, but he just kept me under the cloak, and it really smelled in there.
See,
You guys
this-
know what Vermunda cheese is like from a man who doesn't bathe for 10 millennia?
I am blushing. I am blushing so... Like, Equilibrium's flesh tone's just like bright pink. Ah,
The carbuncle
need-
now has like a cigar in his mouth.
we need to
Craven
know.
snatches it and puts it in his mouth.
I
But you were
just say
saying
to myself, I just say to myself, I knew I should have reported him to HR sooner.
Wait. HR. You guys like a company or something?
The royal family still has to take care of business in order for us to run things fluidly. We have to have outside resources to make sure that no one's head metaphorically gets too big for the job.
Yeah, and you guys technically are in a company right now that operates off the misery of freaks like you.
Great. Even Wonderland has been monopolized.
Oh, that
Wow,
sounds
you-
awful.
Wow, you guys taking that? So, but yeah. Wait, have you guys still not realized where you are?
I haven't had a moment of peace up until this very moment. So please explain to me, where am I?
Oh, I know where I am. You're a figment of my imagination because this is a dream that I'm having from too much alcohol. And I
Hey,
haven't woken up yet.
Hey, Equilibrium, slap him.
No, please don't. Okay, this is real. This is real. Okay.
You just see Equilibrium with a hand up. It's like,
Good.
okay.
All right. Now, look, you're in a place called the Foundation. In other universes, it's called the Back Rooms. But from a few people, this version is just a prison of misery for, well, holy shit, is that the Mad Hatter?
Mm.
And when he points that out, you just notice this like person that's like floating above Robert's body, just like, Robert, speak to me, man. Oh, what a world. And he like becomes like in the Mad Hatter dressed as Marilyn Monroe, as he's just like crying over Robert's chest.
Oh, there's another small one over there. We should probably help him.
I'm tired of this place.
I go over and pick Robert up with one hand, and I like gently shake him. Little one.
Robert, you are being shaken by an 8-foot tall nature woman.
Uh,
It could be worse.
yeah,
could
that's
be
me
He's
worse.
reacting
alive.
in character.
Oh, good, he's alive. Should I shake him more?
Please don't.
Please
It could be.
please do not shake the other singularities.
Okay, then I put him down on his feet. So you're well then, small one.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't catch it.
So I take it you are well, small one.
Better than nothing.
Well, that is good to hear. And whom are you and your friend?
My name is Robert Shetland. This here is the Mad Hatter.
Yes, and this is my dear friend, Dormouse. How do you do? I haven't seen you since you were a little one, yourself.
Oh my gracious. It has been a while. I almost forgot what you look like. I grabbed my
Enjoy.
hand and I give him a hug.
This is fantastic. You are with friends. This is good. I only expected one to grace meet my presence. Hello, singularities.
I look at the boys.
You're in what feels like a really cold. There's metal. It feels like metal. Please come. You will find terminal. Put in access code and I will illuminate. Come to terminal. A lighted path. Little lights go down from the, and you see it's like a graded walkway. You see all these cables going. You all follow the lights go. You see what looks like a massive keyboard, but there's no monitor for inputting it. And I'm just painting this because this is where we're going to be leading off. As you're looking, you see this gargantuan, thousands of feet wide monitor that's black, but then deep down below, you see these gargantuan chains that start. They would look like they would hold a titan, but the farther down they go, they get smaller and smaller. There's so many of these chains, but then you see two that have been destroyed, and then you see at the bottom, you see this little black entity. It looks up at you. It has no eyes and no nose, and it smiles. That is where we will leave off on this session of Into the Looking Glass. Thank you, dear listeners. And remember, if you're in all of our content from Looking Glass, the Morkborg's Descent, 9 Lives of Valhalla, Lancer campaign that will be very soon, remember to leave us comment. It really helps us with the algorithm. And heck, share us with your friends because Infinite Nerd Theorem is always best when listened in a group. We'll make everyone laugh. Start thinking of amazing stories. And remember this, everyone. Someday we might write the next great epic or Homer's Odyssey, but we're going to get a lot of smut first. So until the next one, everyone, goodbye.